Okay, Wednesday, October 10th here. We are in Dallas, Texas, interviewing Messer. We have two members here, Dereak and Javier, and we're just going to kind of break it down here with these two guys. And how you guys doing right now?
Good, man, good. Enjoying some coffee. Nice cloudy day.
I know, dude, I checked the overcast and it was supposed to be like 80s.
And we may still get to 80, but as long as we have that cloud, we're good.
There you go, there you go. Well, I'm going to basically go off with pretty much basic questions. I'm sure maybe you guys have already answered them before and try and throw in some other stuff. I mean, how long have you guys basically been together as a band?
Since 2009.
Yeah, I mean, me, Javier, and Kenny have been together for about 3 years. Yeah. But as this band, as it is now, which is really the core of Messer with Maddox, it's been a little over a year and a half or so, maybe. A little over a year.
2011, March.
Yeah, March 2011. So that's really when we consider starting.
Cool, cool, cool. Growing up, I mean, what kind of music were you guys kind of attached to at the beginning? Kind of, can you remember?
Yeah, I know what I was in. What were you into?
Zeppelin, Rush, Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath.
I was more of I listened to everything. I had older siblings, so man, I was into like Peter Frampton, Kiss, some old country, Fleetwood Mac. I mean, just anything that had really cool vocals on it, you know. I was always listening to the harmonies, Beach Boys, stuff like that, you know.
Cool, cool, cool.
The Doors a lot, you know. The Doors, once I got into the Doors, I think that changed everything for me.
Cool, very cool, very cool, very cool. I mean, when you guys started out and stuff like that, like, did you want to start as a singer, Dereak?
Yeah, I've always, I mean, my mom said I've been singing since I was 2, so, I mean, that's something I've always known that I was going to do or wanted to do. Yeah, pretty much. Now, Javi is a guitar player, but he didn't start off that way.
Yeah, how'd you start off?
I started playing drums when I was 10.
Really?
Started playing guitar when I was like 15. And then my college years, I did like, I sang, played bass, guitar. I did I did a CD with just me. I didn't even have a band. And then I played in this band from Dallas called Pimpedelic, and I played bass for 3 years. And I quit that, and we started this band. So
very cool, very, 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 very cool stuff. I mean, Jesus Christ, can't read my scratchings. Edit. Edit. This will be an edit part.
Exactly.
I mean, like, who are some of the bands that you guys toured with, you know, recently? Any big names or any things that's going on?
Touring wise, I mean, Bang Tango, we did about 5 shows with Bang Tango. Those guys are pretty fun.
Nice.
Crazy guys here.
But we played with
everybody.
We played with Candlebox, we played with
Flaw, Blackstone Cherry, Ugly Mustard out of Dallas. There's so many. Who else? So many to think of. Dokken, George Lynch. Dokken, man, there's a lot. There's a ton.
Cool. Now, when it comes to writing, how do you guys prepare yourselves? I mean, do you just do the vocals, or do you do the tracks? How do you bring it together?
Well, when we first started off, Javier had written a bunch of different guitar riffs that he had brought to me. And I listened to them, and I was like, yeah, dude, these are great ideas. You know, we can take something and really work with these. So he would basically throw out an idea, and I'd feed off of it, come up with a melody, and then we just start arranging it, you know. Let's take this part out, move it here, move this here, you know. And next thing you know, we end up with 3 or 4 songs in our first week, you know, and that's just kind of the way it goes. And so we kind of stick to that still.
Okay.
We'll each kind of bring in our own ideas of what we kind of feel it should go, and then we just kind of throw it together until it sounds right.
Okay.
Take away what doesn't belong.
There you go. There you go. Equipment-wise, what kind of equipment do you guys prefer to use? I mean, being a singer, anything you particularly use?
Yeah, I mean, I do. I use a Sennheiser mic, but these guys are definitely specific on what they use.
Yeah.
So
Javier?
a Blue Mesa rectifier for my head, and then I've got
don't tell all your secrets.
212 cabinet, Mesa Boogie, and then all my guitars are ESP guitars. So.
And Maddox is sponsored by Spectre.
Yeah.
So he's full on using all Spectre basses right now.
Okay. I use Ampeg.
Ampeg. Yeah.
He's got a whole bunch of equipment.
Yeah, and then they both have plethoras of different effects and stuff that we keep secret to kind of keep our own sound. And Javier, he actually uses a theremin, something that made famous by Jimmy Page.
Nice.
And then Kenny's drum set. I don't know what you can say about that thing.
It's got its own pair of balls.
Yeah,
I've seen some pictures of it. Dude.
It's valued at about $40,000. That's like the most expensive thing we carry around with us.
Made.
So yeah, it's huge. Definitely something to see there.
Okay, so besides, of course, Dallas and Texas area, where have you guys actually been able to tour?
Oh man, West Coast. We've been all over California, New Mexico, Arizona, Wyoming. A lot. We're getting real popular up north.
Northeast.
Yeah, we went up to Boston, Connecticut area, Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury. We're going, man, all over the place. We're actually trying to get an East Coast tour in when we get back from up north. That'll be our next goal, is to head up that way, and maybe hit the Midwest too.
Nice.
Got a lot of fans up in Iowa. Florida, yeah, we're gonna hit the East Coast and come that way, but then we also gonna hit the Midwest. So anywhere and everywhere that people want to see us, we want to get to.
Well, I know just over the years how I've grown up and stuff like that. I mean, how the music's changed. How has it changed for you guys? I mean, we don't really see any like chain record stores anymore and everything like that. How are you guys trying to get out there with the challenges of getting your music heard nowadays?
Well, you know what we're trying to do. It's a different ball game. It's completely different than it was, like in the early '90s. Completely, it's not a big bunch of record labels out there. If you want to do this these days, you got to really take the bull by the horns and do it yourself. So we're doing that. We just printed up a 45, which you don't see a lot anymore, but there's still a big market for albums. So we're trying to bring that back. We've included our 2 singles, Whiskey and Simple Man, on that, and it comes with a digital download as well. So for those people who don't have a record player, say, well, I can't get that, I don't have a record player. It has a digital download. You can download it onto your computer, burn a CD, take it wherever you want to go.
Nice.
That's very cool. Very cool. And I mean, basically, that's what you have to do. You don't have record labels throwing tons of money at you these days, so you gotta, you gotta do it yourself. So we,
It ain't easy.
yeah, we scrape. We have great fans that help donate to us, especially for gas funds, stuff like that, and we just play. You got to struggle through it, and you got to play these small towns and hope that
someone's watching,
begging somebody to play your song. Luckily, we've been pretty lucky, and the radio stations have really picked up on our music and getting it played all over the country, which is really rare for a band that doesn't actually have a record label per se behind them.
Yeah, I mean that's the reason why I started what I did and stuff like that. To find some of these bands, do small write-ups. I got connected with a magazine and everything like that, and with the radio station. So just trying to plug you guys as much as I can.
And we appreciate it. It's people like you that really have helped us get to where we are at, because we try to build a relationship with all the DJs and the program directors and all these towns we go to. And the next thing you know, we got people Facebooking us saying, "Hey, you're being played today. They're playing your song on the radio," which is which doesn't happen for old-time bands.
We did a show in Wyoming, and the radio, he was at our show, and the next day we sent him the songs, and within 20 minutes we're driving back home.
Rush hour traffic.
And he was playing our song.
Nice.
Clear Channel. Yeah, that was pretty
nice.
cool.
Yeah. Oh, that had to be big time.
What they call Ted's radio station?
K-Ted.
K-Ted.
That's right. K-Ted out of Wyoming. Donnie Rude.
Yeah.
Nice. Right off the bat, any big time rock star moments? Anybody ever recognize you, or just?
Yeah. I mean, we always get recognized. It was pretty funny. I remember I was recently at a concert. I went to maybe Lincoln Park, and Incubus, I think, was the last one. And me and my girlfriend snuck in the back, walked in, and a couple of young girls came running up and recognized me. So she got a laugh out of that.
Nice. Do you have any?
But no, we just know a lot of people here in Dallas. So wherever we go, like we're hanging out, going to a concert, we'll always run into people, our friends, or which
all over the country. Yeah,
I don't know. It's cool. I mean,
that's cool.
It's all good.
We're trying to make it a household name.
There you go. Well, there's a flip side to that question too, right?
Yeah.
It's most embarrassing moments, or funniest moments that you can kind of relate to.
Oh God, everything's funny with us. I mean, that's one thing about us is it's all about funny.
Oh yeah.
We have to keep ourselves laughing.
This one show, I'll say this one. I don't care.
Wait, which one is it? Why don't you stop me, bro?
No, this one time we were doing a show, I forgot where, but I was in another band. It wasn't this band, I was in another band. And I had to go to the bathroom like really bad. I had to go take a piss.
Yeah.
And we were on our last song, and it was like an hour and a half set. We're on our last song. We'd been drinking beers like before the show, and normally I don't drink beers before. And I had a piss. We're on our last song, and I couldn't hold it anymore. So I said, fuck it. I just started pissing right there and then. As soon as that song was over, I dropped my guitar and I ran off stage and I went outside the 2 doors and I just waited outside till somebody picked me up.
That's the first time I've heard this story too. So
all right.
Nice.
So yeah, don't drink before you go on stage.
Yeah. Now, one time, years ago, in another band I had a guy whip out it. He asked us to play a song, and I'm trying to think what it was. It was "Knocking on Heaven's Door." I remember that. It was in Jackson, Mississippi. And I guess his thank you to me, he whipped out his glass eye and then held it out in his hand. That was my freakiest moment on stage. Someone to do that. So, yeah, I know. I wanted to kick his hand. You know, like.
Oh man, yeah, that's pretty out there and everything.
Yeah.
So I mean, now I kind of been seeing how you guys have been posting stuff like that. How do you feel about this upcoming tour with Black Label Society, man? You guys are going to
Man, you know what? That's huge. This is a huge opportunity for us. I mean, Javier is like one of the biggest Zach fans, and so I mean, this is a dream come true for all of us, you know. And it just happened at the right time, and I think we're going to fit on the bill just perfect, you know, right along with Pop Evil, Protest the Hero. So yeah, it's going to be a blast, man. It's going to be a long haul getting up there, but. Touring all across Canada, and Kenny is from Canada, so it's going to be, you know, nice going home for him. So get some of his peeps up there coming on checking us out. Yeah, I know. He just got back from Canada actually. He flew up there for a few days.
Oh, crazy!
Yeah.
If you guys had kind of your choice and everything like that, who would probably be your most desired, or just if you had a wish, who would you want to work with, you know, to do something with? Like, what it'd be, a singer or band? Who would you want to maybe make a song with?
Snoop Dogg.
I'm just kidding. Snoop would be funny though.
Hey, that was some good times.
Yeah, you know, we like to do all different kinds of music. So I mean, anybody that's doing something different, you know, and something different out there, you know, I'd love to work with Jerry Cantrell. God, who else, Javi? Who else would you like to collaborate with that would mix the sounds of
Zach?
No, he's too good.
Yeah. No, that's something different, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I never really thought about it.
Yeah.
Can we bring people back from the dead? John Bonham?
Yeah.
There you go.
That'd be fun. Playing something with John Bonham.
There you go.
But yeah, you know, anything that's different. You know, we're trying to constantly expand our music. Every song we want it to be better than the last. You know, we don't want to get stuck to where, you know, every song's. We don't really like it when every song sounds the same. You know what I mean? So we want to make that definition between each song, and each song will move you in a different direction. That's kind of what we shoot for.
Yeah. But isn't that sometimes also scary too? Because sometimes you'll have your two fans going, they love that first album, and then when they hear something different, they're like, oh, you know, now they sold out, or they did something a little different.
Yeah. Well, you know, we hope that our fans will stay true to us, you know, and you got to expect a band to grow, you know. I mean, if the band kept sounding the exact same, I mean, why even buy the new album? It's the same thing. I mean, Nickelback. I mean, Nickelback may be for some people, but I mean, every song to me sounds the exact same. So
exactly.
We're not really into the cookie cutter type sound, you know.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I totally see. Whenever I hear a band do something new, it's like you can see the maturity. They're trying something new, or they're doing something new. But yeah, that doesn't mean that they forget about what they do.
Yeah, you know? Exactly. You got to stay true to your roots, and you know, you don't want to do anything cheesy, of course, you know, but you definitely want to keep growing and expanding, you know, new instruments, mixing new instruments in, you know, and creating unique sounds, you know.
For a band that's just starting out, what would you really drive them on? I mean, what would you encourage them to do to get things going?
I mean, first and foremost, practice a lot, get tight with your guys, you know. I mean, that's really going to be the first thing that's going to separate you when you get on stage. How well you're rehearsed, you know. How well do you know your songs? Because it's going to come across to the people out front if you don't know your songs. And if you're uncomfortable on stage, you know, you got to get to where you're just you know, you're comfortable. Like you close your eyes and you're still in your rehearsal room, you know, and that's what you do. Other than that, you got to market yourself. Don't expect someone else to do it for you. You know, you got to get out there and make sure people know your name and know where you're playing and know where to buy your merch at, and you know, give them a free song if they're going to pass it along to the right people. Yeah. What do you think, Javier?
Yeah, that's true. It's like a 24-hour job. I mean, you just got to. We're always busy.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's always something
people.
To do.
There's somebody. I mean, yeah. I'm doing flyers, or I'm doing, you know, working on a flyer, or working on something. I mean.
Javier makes most of our flyers that you see.
I saw them, dude. Those are
I'm just kidding.
Except the stuff that has illegal stuff on it. Copyright infringement.
This is kind of like one off the wall I usually try to ask is, out of all the songs that have been written, I don't care if it's country or whatever, is there a song that you wish you would have covered or written?
Yeah, that's a good question right there, you know. There are a bunch of great songs out there that I just love that I just go, man, I wish that would have been us.
I have a CD that's got all my favorite songs on there, and I'll listen to that like during the day, and it's got songs from like Mother Love Bone to like
you know, maybe something old, maybe something from the '90s. I mean, there's so many great bands from that genre. I mean, I'm still a huge Soundgarden fan, you know, and that new song of theirs, I might put that in there. Yeah, it's a great one.
But yeah, I've got like Tool on it. I mean, I've got like from Aaron Lewis to Jesus, from Molly Crew to it's got like 19 songs on this. My favorite CD. Favorite songs.
Yeah. So maybe some Soundgarden stuff or something. You know, I mean, to me that's just always been a real solid band. You know.
Very cool. Very cool. I mean, besides, of course, you guys, I know you guys are always trying to pump things out, trying to work, trying to get people contacted and everything like that. When you're not doing the band thing and everything, I mean, how do you guys relax? How do you unwind? Hobby-wise, do you have any?
Yeah, I mean, me, man, really, I just hang out with my kids and try to get my brain around it, you know, just relax. I write a lot at home on my acoustic, you know, which is kind of a little departure from more of the Messer sounds, you know. So I like doing that. What about you, Javier? I mean, we don't have a whole lot of downtime.
I just got laid off, so I don't know. All this is new to me.
Which is perfect.
Very cool. Well, I mean, it kind of like pretty much almost like ties it up for me and everything like that. I can almost fill in the blanks with some other stuff.
Yeah, you know, and if there's any questions you have for Kenny